Hey, toy collector friends and Star Trek fans and fans of our old friends Hero Collector. Welcome to the latest video. This is a look at one of Hero Collector's XL starships from their Star Trek range. This is the NX-01 Enterprise from the Star Trek series of the same name, Enterprise. As commanded by Captain Jonathan Archer. This is a fantastic sculpt, and I'll be honest, I originally wasn't looking to collect Star Trek starships. Wasn't really my thing. I'd had the dinky USS Enterprise and the dinky Klingon battlecruiser back in the 1970s, and managed to I broke the Klingon battle cruiser. I think it got battle damaged, let's say that. One of the nacelles, plastic nacelles, snapped off the die cast. And the USS Enterprise, which I still have somewhere, complete with shuttlecraft. Sadly, the photon torpedoes got jammed in their tube, and the launch mechanism got stuck. However, it's intact, the nacelles are intact, so I'm quite proud of that fact, and someday I'll wheel it out and show it. However, this model and the quality of this model, no disrespect to dinky toys, is a world apart. The engineering, the detailing, the modelling is absolutely incredible, and I wasn't, as I said, going to collect these particular vehicles or models, because I mean, they're not toys, but that doesn't mean that they fall outside the remit of the time-traveling toy collector's portfolio, as it were. But I just thought, if I get my completist nature screams at me, you need to have them all. So it took an awful lot of adulting to not fall into that trap, although I can't promise that the time won't come when I actually do fall into that trap. But for now, I'm managing myself quite well. Initially, Hero Collector brought out a small scale range of starships, and that I haven't touched. I haven't collected any of those. I have seen quite a few, and when attending conventions, I've seen them on sale, some of them on resale for quite a price in some cases. But I've not been sucked into that, purely because pragmatically there's so many. I wouldn't be able to store them or display them and do them justice. Secondly, and this is just my opinion, the smaller models lack an element of the detail that I think, if I'm going to invest some hard-earned cash into a high-quality model, then I want it to be the highest quality model I can get. And the XL range, such as you're seeing here, is, I believe, certainly of the quality I'm happy to invest in. It's by no means a small model, it's by no means a lightweight model. It's a combination of plastic and die cast. There's some lovely translucent, transparent plastic in there. There's some lovely panel detailing. There's some really nice touches to highlight, as we can see here. Impulse engines and warp thrust. There's detailing within the nacelles here, and around the bussard collectors. We can also see some detailing along the deflector dish here at the front. It's a beautifully crafted ship. Now, this, of course, was the prototype, for want of a better phrase, for Earth's deep space exploration. It's in the standard Star Trek timeline. It comes before the USS Enterprise, that is actually the ship that I grew up with, watching Captain Kirk and co battling on a weekly basis, a dazzling array of insane creatures. But I love this ship. I love the design of it. I love what I'm going to call, paradoxically, its complex simplicity, because it's clearly thought through. It's very rocket ship in its design. It has a, for me, when I'm looking at it, it's got sort of the flying saucer with rocket engines attached to it that screams sort of Flash Gordon, or if you're a Star Trek Voyager fan, hints of the Captain Proton ship. I know it doesn't look anything like the Captain Proton ship, but you know where I'm coming from if you've followed Star Trek Voyager. But I think it's a really well thought through bridge design. I don't mean that as in the actual bridge of the ship. I mean it in terms of bridging us from what was the Phoenix spaceship with its pop-out nacelles that we saw at the very end of the Star Trek film First Contact, and it made if I remember rightly, it made a brief cameo in the opening credits of Star Trek Enterprise throughout its run. Between that and the Starship Enterprise that we came to know and love. So I'm going to just pick this up so I can give you a closer look at it. So bear with me while I stop the turntable and try very hard not to send the ship into orbit all by itself. Okay, so there we go, and the ship managed to survive. We can see here the detailing on the paneling is really spectacular. The level of attention to detail, the quality of the detail that's been put into it, also down to the design of the nacelles and the inclusion of that transparent plastic that's in there, that when it catches the light, it really is impressive. I'm now just going to lift this off the stand so that we can have as close a look at it as possible, focus permitting. I mean, you know, let's look at that. Look at the quality of the detailing up close and personal there. You can see the craftsmanship that goes into this from Hero Collector, and their very skillful design team. I am always very impressed with what we see. Flipping it over, there's no lack of detailing around the bottom of the ship. You can see there very clearly it's followed all the way through. This is a very impressive piece of craftsmanship and design, and I for one am particularly enamoured with the detailing and the quality of the detailing. It makes for those people who are interested in such things. Excuse me while I try and get this on. Not like that, I hasten to add. There we go. For those who are interested in, let's call it, for the sake of argument, toy photography, but it's not just, it's also model photography. I've included a couple of shots at the top of this video, and I'll put some additional ones in at the back end of this video that I've used on my Instagram page to try and capture this ship. Is it the most famous of the Star Trek ships? Probably not. Probably not. Casual viewers probably wouldn't recognize it. But if you're a Star Trek fan, or you're a Star Trek completist, or indeed any kind of completist, then if you were to say to me, time traveling toy collector, I'm looking at, you know, a relatively expensive product here. It doesn't have any lights and sounds. It's fragile, and believe me, they are fragile. You don't want to drop this at all. But is it worth the investment? And I would have to say to you, yes. I think very much this is worth the investment. I've so far collected quite a few of the XL range, not all of them. I have been quite selective in only pursuing those starships and similar that I've really been attracted to due to their detailing, due to their quality, and perhaps due to their connection to my childhood and to my past, and it really pops in my memory. So as I've mentioned in other videos and other posts, that's the kind of thing that really attracts me to a product or to a display piece or a collectible, is that I have some kind of personal connection to it via my childhood memories, or I have a big dose of nostalgia looking at it, or it takes me to a comfortable, safe place in my memories, and it connects me to that, or I just really like the look of it, or I like to play with it, even now. Here, this is a piece that I have a display cabinet for these ships, and I cannot fault the majority of the ships that I have acquired so far, and I fully anticipate working through all of them similarly to this, and having an opportunity to have an overview and talk through the various levels of detailing, additional detailing like the working lights, like there's a green and red either side of the saucer section. I mean, the attention to detail really is incredible. I mean, it really is. And yeah, I look forward to sharing the rest of these ships that I've collected with you, and any additional that I purchase in the future. Really happy with them, really pleased, and at no point can I begrudge the cost for these models. The smaller models are cheaper, and not wishing to decry the great work that Hero Collector and Eaglemoss do, you do get what you pay for. So if you want some standout models that are real talking points, real eye-catching additions to your sci-fi decor or your display cabinet, go for the XL range, or pick and choose the XL range. You know, you can go to their website, you don't have to subscribe to every ship. You can buy whatever it is that you're interested in. Have a browse, you might be surprised what they have and what jumps out at you. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you like the XL range, if you've collected any of the smaller ships, and if you think I might be bang out of order. And actually the quality of those small ships is every bit as impressive as the XL range. I'm fully aware that I am talking from the position of not having bought the smaller ones, only what I've seen on display elsewhere. So I'm fully open to being told that I don't know what I'm talking about. Happy to be proved wrong on that front, because I do love overall the work that Hero Collector does. If you've enjoyed this video, please do subscribe and hit that notification button. You can also follow me on Instagram at the Time Traveling Toy Collector, where you'll see lots of photographs of model starships and other toys from across time, right up to the present day. And yeah, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about in the near future. In the meantime, remember that a thing of beauty is a toy forever. And this is the Time Traveling Toy Collector signing out. Bye for now.